Hello, friends, both old and new. I'm John St. Baptiste, and this is Music Makes the People Come Together, where we share amazing and eclectic music with amazing and eclectic people, much like yourselves. This is this week's playlist. Playlist is always alluded to by the teaser on Thursday, and that is always the track of the week. This week it was You Got It by Roy Orbison. If you want to see my curation about that, you can find it in the description down below. Speaking of which, in the description down below is this week's playlist, and if you just want to check the music out, please feel free to. On your way out, if you'd be so kind, hit that like button, and when you come back, if you enjoyed everything, watch the curation, share it with somebody who you think would like it, and subscribe. If you are subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell so you know whenever I put new stuff out. So, there is a line in that song, anything at all. And if you figured this out ahead of time, you guessed it, this week it's Dealer's Choice. So, we're going to go right into the rest of this playlist. Full album for this week is Thin Lizzy, live in 1983. It's not actually an album, but it's a full concert. And, filling up, rest his soul. Back in 1986, he passed away due to organ failure because he had some demons of his own. But amazing music, amazing artist. I've always loved Thin Lizzy. They're one of my favorite hard rock bands. And this is some great stuff. What's really cool is that not only were they a multiracial band back then, which was not a common thing, but also this was during the Troubles in Ireland, and they were from both sides of the fence, and both Ireland and Northern Ireland, and I just think it's really cool. That's what this channel's all about. Music makes the people come together. And, that's a really moving thing. But this is an awesome concert, awesome show. It's a little over an hour, so you get to see the entire set. And I hope you really enjoy that. The cover that kicks ass this week is my girl Tori Amos doing Losing My Religion. This song was originally done by REM. I'm sure you've heard it. If you've not, look it up because it's a really cool song, and the original video for the original version by REM is pretty cool. But so this was on the soundtrack to the movie Higher Learning. Came out, I believe, in 1997, and this has to be one of my favorite covers of all time. Tori can take a song and just do things to it that you would never have thought were possible. And most of the time, it's just her and her piano. I'm fortunate enough, I got to see her live once. And it's just, yeah. Please enjoy. Next, Stick This Thing in the Socket, which is our electronic music list. Fair warning. This video has some content that may offend some people. So if fetish sex, nuns, guns, or gas masks trigger you, please go ahead and skip it. Or close your eyes while you listen to a really freaking awesome track. This is By God 20, an amazing EBM band from Germany, doing their cover of Like a Prayer by Madonna. And, this is pretty sweet. I remember back in the day on like Industrial Night, anytime I'd play this or anytime I'd be there just as a guest, this track would just drag the entire floor in. By God 20 has done some awesome stuff. Check out The Bog. They were really influenced by Front 242 and also did a lot of collaborative work with them. So, yeah, please enjoy this. This is what you call EBM, electronic body music, um, and it's some of the one of the earliest examples of it. So I hope you enjoy listening to that, and it's going to make you want to shake your tail feathers. Next, we have the playlist that we're currently going through. It's a 6-week program where we do 2 tracks a week of a certain genre, and we go ahead and go through that. First off, if you have a genre of music you'd like for me to check out, please drop it in the description down below. I will be happy to do a curation of it. So I hope to hear from you about that. But this is Brass and Green and All Between, and it's all about ska music. Now, I've featured a lot of first wave ska, which I've been fairly familiar with, but I did ask my good pal Sly the Tank Benjamin, who knows a lot more about ska music, to share some stuff with me, and he gave me this great playlist. And I've played a few of those tracks, but this week both of them are from him. And it's third wave ska, which I'm not quite as familiar with. He really is into it, so I went ahead and checked a lot of that stuff out. And the 2 tracks I picked for this week, first we have the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, who I have seen. Actually, it's really cool. Little side note. So, back when I was in high school, there was a radio station called 97X here. Actually, you hear it referenced in the movie Rain Man if you've ever seen it. 97X, bang, the future of rock and roll. But they used to do these things at a venue, probably about once every other month, and it would be called a low-dose show, and you could get your ticket for $1.97. So that was always cool, and I got to go see the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones for less than $2, which was pretty neat. So I'm familiar with some of their music, but not super familiar, and this is a track off their 2000 album called Pay Attention, and it's the song Sad to Say. Like a lot of third wave ska, it's got a pretty hard guitar sound, and the lyrics, it's really kind of a sad song, even though it has that upbeat note and that upbeat tempo. It kind of makes me think of Don't Think Twice, It's Alright by Bob Dylan. I'm sure if you listen to it, pay attention to the lyrics, you will see the reference that I'm making. And if you've never heard that song, please look it up, because it is an absolutely awesome track. One of my favorites by Bob Dylan, and Bob Dylan's one of my favorite artists of all time. The second is Goldfinger, and this is their song Superman. It's off their 1997 album Hang-Ups. Goldfinger came from LA. It's got that super fast-paced third wave ska sound, and it's something that's really upbeat in its sound, but the lyrics not so much. And anyone who's my age or around my age, pay attention to the lyrics once again, because I'm sure you've felt this way or are possibly feeling that way right now. I know in some ways I am, but that has to do with my personal life, and I don't bring that onto the channel. So we're going to go right into the bonus track for this week. Now, since it's dealer's choice, like I said, there's no real theme. I just get to play whatever I want. And I chose Princes of the Universe by Queen. This is off of the soundtrack to Highlander. Great track. Really fun, really enjoyable. And a little anecdote, back in the day, there was a neighborhood bar that I used to hang out at. And I'd always sneak this onto the jukebox, like when, people fill up the jukebox with a bunch of coins, and, it's just like, hey, play whatever. And I'd always sneak this in. And it was funny because the entire group of us who hung out there, whenever this would come on, we'd actually stand up and start singing along to it. In a half-drunken state, of course. But, yeah, good times, great track. And I hope you enjoy that. Also, if you ever watched the telly show, it was the soundtrack song for the credits when it came on. Nowhere near as good as the movie, but still, it's a pretty fun show to watch. So that's our playlist for this week. I hope you enjoyed your dealer's choice. We're going to go right into some trivia. Last week's question was answered very quickly by Miss Erica O'Connell. And the question was, who were the original lineup for Sonic Youth? And she said Thurston Moore, Kim Gordon, and Lee Ronaldo, which is correct. Ding, ding, ding. So, Erica, here's your smooch. And you have a special track on your way, just for getting trivia so quickly. So, question this week. We had By God 20's cover of Like a Prayer. Now, when the original of this came out, there was a huge controversy about the video. If you can tell me why there was a huge controversy and what it was about, you'll get this week's smooch. You'll also get your own special bonus track. You'll get a second if you can tell me what that video was used in a commercial for that really offended a whole lot of people. So, I hope somebody out there has an answer. If you do, drop it in the comments section down below. Speaking of the comments section, let me know what you think of this video. Let me know what you think of this playlist. And just let me know what you think in general. I hope to hear from you soon. Before I go, I want to do some shout outs for people who bring me up on their channel, and I just want to go ahead and return the favor. We have AU Pack Mule, Al Red Sox fan, In Deep Geek, Lauren's Corner, Entertainment Hacker, who is actually going to be putting up a video soon, that he asked me to do a video on what Star Wars means to me, and I'm looking forward to that coming out. I will put a link down below or on my channel whenever that's ready. And of course, thank you, Mr. Johnny B. Crazy, one of my closest friends in the world, the other half of the Cylon Johns, who has just done so much to support me. All these people have, but Johnny particularly, you know, it means the world to me. So I'm going to let you go ahead and enjoy the music, and I hope you really do. In the meantime, if you would please be so kind, be excellent to one another, and party on!